This is a tutorial on how to fire the Auto TDC in Silent Hunter 5. This is not for the Manual TDC. You'll have to go to somebody a lot smarter than me to actually figure out how that works. Anyway, I've found a target, a merchant ship. I'm in my map mode right now. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going to actually set up a firing solution on this target. And what I'm doing is I'm marking the target and then with the pencil, and then I'm fast forwarding it and I'm marking the target again. And what I'm doing here is I'm setting up a line for where he's going to end up. So I'm now going to use the pencil to put the two X's together, and that gives me his general heading where he's going. So now I can intercept him and stay out of his range and get into a good firing solution with him, which is what I'm doing now. And I'll set it to my boat to full speed, and I'll fast forward it, and we'll go from there. So now I'm going to periscope depth you can see I'm in his view range now. I got map marker IDs on, whatever the heck it's called. And now, as you can tell, I am actually setting up at a 90-degree angle of intercept of him. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my distance that I want to actually attack him at. And again, all the tools over here that you can use for that. You got your ruler and everything. I'm using the ruler right now, and I'm marking from the line that I made down. I believe I set it at 1,200 meters. It's hard to see in the video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my boat once I get to that 1,200 meters, and I'm going to shut the boat down, and I'm going to wait for him to basically go by me where I can get a good firing solution on him. This is all basic stuff. If you played Silent Hunter 3 or Silent Hunter 4, you should already know how to do this. It's basically an intercept. I mean, it's simple. The best firing solution for you in a submarine is a 90-degree angle. I mean, anybody can tell you that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward it a little bit. I'm going to slow my boat. I reached the point now, so now I'm going to stop. And I'm going to slow my boat down. And now I'm going to go into my periscope view. And this part's important because this is where you need to learn. You see these three circles that are coming out of my periscope view, out of my boat? Well, they're numbered 1, 2, and 3. And what those represent is the speeds of your torpedoes. And you can set your speeds of your torpedoes by, if you go up into the left-hand corner of here, you can see them. You got these circles up here, and with the fire button, there's a little knob under the circles that you can select to select the speed of your torpedoes. So when you lock on the merchant ship like I just did, some more circles pop up, and these are the intercept points of the ship, because you have to lead the target, because if you shoot at the ship, your torpedo is going to end up being where the ship was last left. So the way to design this is that you have to set up your circles you have to set up your distances to actually intercept the circles. Now in this view, I'm actually have to use the slowest speed, which is number 3, because it's quite a shot. And I'm actually, if you look real close, I'm actually not quite in distance, so I have to actually speed up a little bit to get a little bit closer. And the best way to shoot is to actually set your scope at 0, and when the 3 on the ship circle hits my 3 on my periscope circle, that's when I will fire. And I'll show you basically how that's working right now. As you can tell, I'm still trying to get ahead of it, because you can tell I'm still a little bit low. The actual torpedo will go farther than what this 3 says, but they tried to put a little bit of a difficulty setting into it to make it harder to actually hit the targets. As you can tell, you don't have to actually use the TDC, Auto TDC. What you see here, you don't actually have to turn on the TDC. If you turn on the TDC, you're actually going into manual mode, and you'll have to actually punch in numbers and stuff. But as you can tell here, I'm actually getting closer. You can see his 3 is coming up towards mine. my periscope is still at 0 degrees. I'm at a 90-degree angle towards the ship, and his 3 is getting closer to my 3. If it was a 2, then I'd have to be using the 2. I'd have to be using the middle setting on the speed dial there. And as you tell, we're almost there. I'm almost ready to fire. I'm going to fire all 4 torpedoes because it's such a long shot, and if you're playing with duds or anything like that, you want to kill it. This is a tanker, so they're a little bit harder to sink. Now, I already fired torpedo 1. I'm fired torpedo 2. I'm waiting 5 seconds in between each fire. Fired torpedo 3. Fired torpedo 4. Then I put my periscope down, and in real life you would dive. You dive deep to like 40 meters or so, and you would change course in case he had escorts going with him. And now, as you can see, my torpedoes are on the way. I'm just following my torpedoes here. So that's the important thing. You just got to make sure the ship's 3 ends up with your 3, and you control your 3 by moving your periscope, and you want it to be at a 90-degree angle. It's the easiest shot to make, and it's the most accurate. If you're at any kind of different angle, the intercept will be way. You might still be able to hit it, but it'll be way off, and your torpedo will actually be hitting the ship at an angle, and that's actually bad. Even in the war, they said you wanted to hit the torpedo wants to hit the ship at a 90-degree angle. That's the best bet to hit it. As you can tell, all 4 torpedoes hit, and that ship is going down. So that's how you use it. It's actually a very simple system. I call it the connecting the dots system. I think it's totally queer, to be honest, but that's how it works. I like the old system better. It was, for us simpletons, it was such a simple idea, but for some reason they had to change it. And here I come, coming out of the depths. My new paint job I got on this is my Type 7B. I just got this before this. This is my 3rd time out, so on patrol, and this is my new ship, and I got a new paint job on it. Well, anyway, hope this helps you guys. Thanks. Bye.